Let's go someplace special this week.
And thank God I got my brother as my tour guide, because I'd be so lost. Now this is now part of the Allegheny Trail. You can ride your bike if you dare. I know I would, right?
No.
Come on. This is awesome. And the further you get in, the further. Oh man. How cool is this thing? Yeah.
Oh no.
You got another yeah, that's the lightweight in there. I don't know if it transfers on the camera.
This is the daily. We all have that special place in our heart where a loved one has taken you to a place that you didn't know about. Yeah. Freedom Falls is a it's a special place to me. Let me tell you a little story here. As you all know, my younger brother has well, he's went home. He's passed away last Friday. I did not put a video out last week due to the fact because I could not gather my thoughts or anything actually through the week about what happened. My brother was 40 years old and this is harder than I thought it would be. He wouldn't want me to be sad. He's good now. My brother was 40 years old. I'm a little bit older than he is. And a shock to the system where when you have a younger brother die before you do, or even one of your siblings die before your parents die, it's a shock where you can't comprehend what the hell's going on. I mean, it's a surprise where if you've seen it coming, like years and years, and I mean, let me talk to you for a minute here. Let's take my dad for instance. My dad was going downhill for 2 years. Alzheimer's, dementia was getting him. And then, so we all knew. We all kind of knew, like, hey, you know, Dad, he's declining. It's, you know, it's what happens. But when somebody dies in your family where it's like right now, and you're like, wait, what? Stuff like that will shake you. You know, it will shake you to the core. And I had a really hard time gathering my thoughts this week of what I was gonna do, because my whole game plan of doing videos every Monday kind of went out the window when this happened. But there's no amount of words to tell you that I know my brother's in a better place, for sure. And I know he is not hurting anymore. Everything is good with him. He has passed through to the other side where he is just freaking fantastic. None of this earthly stuff is gonna bother him anymore. It's done, it's over with. He's better off. There is a piece of me missing. But I will tell you one thing. Coming here, and I'll tell you the story, coming here has eased a weight off my chest. And some of the sadness has went away when I come here. Because my brother, I don't know how he found the place, or if it was just his friends who found it. There was a day, me, my wife, and my younger son went over to my parents' house, and we were like, oh yeah, what are you doing today? And I said to him, oh, we're taking off to find this place called Freedom Falls. And Jason says, what? He says, you know, that's one of my favorite places in the world. And I'm like, I didn't know. He says, I go, well, we don't even know where it is. He says, let me go, I'll take you and show you. I'm like, oh, cool. And I gotta tell you, which is the weirdest thing, in doing YouTube for, I don't know, main channel, I think it's 4 years now. This channel's like a little over a year old. When I film, I cut everything and then I just trash all the other clips. And the weird thing is, for some odd reason, I saved all the clips to when me and my brother, my wife, and my son come down here and visited. I don't know why, or if I forgot about them, but I normally trash everything because it takes space up in your computer. And I want to have all that free space to put out a long vlog, or if I'm doing a long vlog, you know what I'm trying to say. But I kept all the clips that I didn't use when we visited this place. It's a strange thing, and I went back, looked back in my old files, and there my brother was, by the water, over in the tunnel, sitting on the bench. I thought I didn't even use these in the main video on the main channel when I visited Freedom Falls. By the way, I am in Kennerdale, PA at Freedom Falls. I'm a little bit disorganized this week, but it's not normal for me to keep clips. I normally just throw them away, but man, I'm glad I kept them. Let me give you a quote from a true inspirational guy. You never know a true moment until it becomes a memory. SpongeBob. I'm not even joking. That's a quote from SpongeBob. I never know how to pull a SpongeBob quote out, but there you go. Jeez. Man, I didn't bring my flashlight. There's some places in life you say, you just say, that's amazing. How did I not know that I lived near that all these years? I heard about this and my brother's like, oh, that is one of my favorite places. And I'm like, I don't even know where it is. And when he said, well, I'll take you there. I'm thinking, okay. I did not know I'd be revisiting this after such circumstances have happened. To all my family members who watch me, I don't know who do and who don't, but the heart will heal eventually. And like I said, I got a piece missing from me. But being here lifted something. I don't know if it's Jason's presence here or we visited here. And there was only one video I ever did with my brother. We had separate lives. He did his thing, I did mine. He had his family, I had mine. We did separate things. But the one thing I always reverted back to with this tunnel was me and my brother being here. For me for the first time, and my brother who knows how many times. But just to let you know, time will heal your pain. But coming here, and if it's up to you, whoever's watching me, coming here, if you have a memory where you need to go, where you were with my brother, or someplace that is special to you guys, go there, because it will ease a little bit of weight off your chest like I did here. I feel a lot better. This has become one of my sacred spots now. My brother, he called me one time at 3 in the morning. He's like, Joe, I need your help. Come get me. I'm at Country Fair. I'm like, what are you doing at Country Fair? He's like, I'm stuck. I'm like, in Titusville? He says, no, Union City. I go, what the hell are you doing in Union City? You realize Titusville's got a Country Fair? This is before Country Fair turned into Get-Go. He's like, no, Union City. I'm like, Union City? What are you doing up there? He says, we got ditched by a bunch of our friends. I'm thinking, what? And this was 3 in the morning. I'm like, Jason, I just got home from work. He says, yeah, but I really need your help. And when your brother says, I really need your help, you're like, all right, I'll come get you. But stories like that, I'm like, what? I never really knew the backstory on what he was doing in Union City. But I went and got him. And he thanked me like 10 times because I really thought he must have called 1,000 people. Nobody come and got him but me. And I'm like, I'll remember that for the rest of my life. It's crazy. Let me thank you guys for tagging along with me on this little journey of remembering my brother. I wanted to come, get that off my chest, and I feel so much better. You wouldn't believe the relief I got right now. But if you've watched this far, you are number one. But I have another place to go, and I gotta show you because YouTube, nobody's filmed it. Nobody really talks about it. But it's in Cranberry here, and it's like, well, wouldn't there be more information on this place? No, there's not. So I took it upon myself, because I knew I'd be over here, you know, I'm gonna go over there and stop and put it on the old YouTubes because I'm sure people's typed it in and nothing come up. I'll show you when I get there. Frontier. Nothing comes up. Nobody's filmed it. Nobody's talking about it. There's little blips on the internet about an amusement park in Cranberry, PA. Nobody talks about it. And I'm thinking, what the heck? I suppose I gotta step in and do a vlog from Dandy's Frontier, the former Dandy's Frontier in Cranberry, PA. Venango, not Butler. Geez, you know how I love ghost signs and signs you drive by every day and you don't realize what was there? Dandy's Frontier Family Fun Park was an amusement park in the heart of Cranberry. And it's, well, pretty much erased from existence. But right on 322, as of 2024, this is what Dandy's looks like. Now, not my old Nissan. This is what Dandy's Frontier Amusement Park looks like. Now it's just a restaurant. And For Your Car Connection is taking over. Pretty soon they're going to be the whole town of Cranberry, PA. They keep growing any faster than they are. There was a house right here, right beside the amusement park. It sat right here where all these vehicles are now. Put me to work. All right. I do want a van. In the early 90s to 2001, this was a putt-putt golf area where the amusement park stood. All this was full. Check out this pic of the water that was here. All this putt-putt golf area was right here, which is now just a grassy area beside Arby's. You know, they have the meats, they say, but straight across from the Taco Bell. You can still see the foundation of where something stood for the putt-putt golf area. So where I'm standing, I'd be standing in the putt-putt golf area right here. Well, you know, right? Here's an aerial view of where I'm standing. There's a go-kart track, batting cages. There was a roller coaster called the Little Dipper for kids. You still got some of the structures there standing here. I think this was part of the go-kart track, or that could be where the Little Dipper stood. But the restaurant was here, and they had an arcade. And when they sold the land off too, For Your Car Connection pretty much bought up the whole area. And well, they're sticking cars here now. How was your meal? Walk it off by looking at our inventory. You bet. That's good. I would assume these fancy green lights are probably part of the theming that was here when this was an amusement park. I bought a car here one time at For Your Car Connection. I got a certificate for a free steak dinner. I don't eat steak. I just assume take my belt off and eat my leather belt because I'm not a steak person. But I never come over and used it. But Dandy's was still in business. It's crazy to think about. That would have been 97, 98 when that happened. It was, well, it could have been 96 maybe. I always like finding stuff on the internet and nobody talks about it or nobody's filmed yet. And nobody's filmed Dandy's Frontier. And I see why, because it's pretty much gone. So basically you got to go by pictures on the internet or Google Maps. So there's not a lot here to even document except for the back building that's pretty much, I don't know if it was the batting cages or if it's part of the roller coaster. Who knows? But there's not a lot here. And I figured I would do it because, well, nobody's done it but me. But it only lasted for like a decade and then it was gone. So if I never went to it. Did you go to Dandy's Frontier? Oh, Dandy's, why did you have to go? You know, some places just, oh man, they had neon on that sign too. Jeez, I missed out. There's areas where I'm like, oh, gee, I wish I would have went there and knew about it. I knew about it. I just didn't go to it. Ever do that? Like, I wish I would have went there. Well, it was open when you were alive, so how come you didn't go there? I don't know. Missed opportunity, I guess. Oil City, I'm here. Well, I was. Now I'm leaving. I'll say it again. If I lived in Oil City, I would just own a sled. And in the winter, I would just slide down the hills right in the center of town. Because these hills are crazy.